Alright, welcome back, and it's time to continue with the Khalid platoon. Today I'll be driving the Falcon. Now this vehicle became one of my favorites pretty quickly. This is pure fun. This thing is just ridiculous. It has dual 30mm autocannons and it has some very good ammo. A PDS ammo that can penetrate up to 100mm of armor, which honestly for a 30mm autocannon is pretty crazy. And overall, I think this is the second Falcon. The previous Falcon is in the Chieftain platoon, which should perform very similar to this one. I actually think it's the same vehicle, but in any case, this is going to be a fun one, because the Falcon is truly a trolling machine. So let's start, and here you can take a look at the ammo. I'll just take a PDS on this thing. Now the Falcon isn't really the fastest. I would say it feels a little bit sluggish to drive the Falcon around. It is not too slow though, its speed is somewhat, I would say, in the middle, not being too fast but at the same time not being too slow, which I would say for the most part is good enough. Now, what can you do with 100mm of penetration with this thing? Well, it is definitely one of the better autocannons in the game. It's definitely able to penetrate the side armor on pretty much, well, most of the vehicles that you have. Obviously, more heavily armored vehicles will be troublesome to go through, but lightly armored vehicles, flanking and stuff like that, will work wonders with the Falcon. It is definitely a rat vehicle. Rat standing for really annoying tank, and I can definitely guarantee you this thing is feeling very ratty, very annoying, especially in the hands of someone who knows how to use this thing. Now, I'm not in a good position here. There is enemy vehicles all over the place, vehicles that I am unable to penetrate from the front. Now when it comes to armor, the Falcon has no armor. However, surprisingly somehow, the survivability of this vehicle is, when I use it at least, decent. However, HASH and high explosive shells will kill it if they hit the Falcon, so that's one thing that you have to be careful around. And speaking of high explosive and HASH, let's say big boomstick. How am I alive? I have no idea, but I took another hit from the AMX-30. Somehow I'm still moving and still alive. This is the no armor being best armor moment, and the AMX has been absolutely torn to shreds as well. Oh, perfect. Now I'm taking some of the first damage there. Gunner is injured. That's the heavy tank from before. I destroyed the track and killed the driver, so now let's see what the revenge bomber will do. And yeah, if you're wondering how the hell am I still alive after being flanked by two vehicles, well, three, I don't know, that's just one of the things that the Falcon is apparently good at, and this vehicle is definitely, as I mentioned before, it is a trolling machine. Well, I did take some more hits while I was in the bomber, and I'm still alive, still moving. You cannot make this up. That's just how the Falcon works. As I mentioned before, only one crew member is dead as well. I have so many questions. But yeah, 5 destroyed vehicles, and this is, I think, my first battle with the Falcon, one of the first battles, and immediately I started to like the vehicle a lot. Performance-wise, it definitely does remind me a lot on the STRF, and reminds me a lot on some of the other high-tier, top-tier autocannon vehicles. Oh, look, a boomstick. That's a huge cannon. Okay, I did manage to hit the driver, and ooh, boom, and yeah, the explosion destroyed my tracks. There was a lot of explosive inside of that vehicle. There was a lot of high explosive there. I'm still alive though. That's good. That was a pretty funny encounter. Okay, I'm running out of ammo. Only 120 shells left. This vehicle does run out of ammo ridiculously quickly, so you have to be careful with how much ammo and how you're using the ammo. That's another destroyed Falcon. Very good hit. Ammo destroyed. Now let me get out of here now, because some artillery shells are flying my way. Well, if this doesn't make you like the Falcon, nothing will. I love this thing. It's such a troll vehicle. It's incredibly good. Okay, and now let me park right here and wait for the revenge bomber to start flying. So, my immediate first experience with the Falcon. This thing is really good. I might start to drive the Chieftain Platoon Falcon. But I think it will be the same vehicle at the end of the day. It should be the same vehicle at the end of the day, so it's a good thing that you have the option to have the Falcon in 2 different platoons. Although when we get the tech level, the tech tree, to replace the platoon system, you will only have 1 Falcon, and you will pretty much have to separate the... Well, I mean, you will have 1 Falcon, but you wouldn't be able to use it in 2 different platoons, I guess. Which is fine. And that was a good battle. It was a very good battle. I love this thing. It's such a trolling machine. Okay, let's go and do the next battle with the Falcon. That was a good match. Next battle. Okay, let's go, and I'll go to my old position here. So 100mm of armor does make this vehicle really good for certain positions where the enemy vehicles will come at a angle. Just have to have a little bit of patience to wait for them to pop in. Well, let me... Oh, okay. T114 Rat. That was fast. This thing is easily shredding pretty much any lightly armored vehicle in the game. Wait a second, what do we have there? Oh, it's another Falcon, okay. Alright, did some damage there. You can see the shrapnel and the spalling fly all over the place inside. Well, I'll keep shooting. You do have a overheat, although that overheat is barely visible, but there is a overheat for the alt cannons. And that's a good hit. Eventually, the other Falcon got deleted. Well, a revenge bomber time. And it's a M103 that got immobilized. Okay, so let me attempt to run this revenge bomber, and hopefully I managed to drop bombs, or maybe not. I lost the wing. Oh well. Maybe a fail, maybe not. We're about to find out. Okay, revenge bomber did its job. 3 destroyed vehicles, more than I expected. Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was a little bit unexpected. I thought I would actually have no destroy. That's a good hit. A direct headshot to to the gunner of that vehicle. If you looked at the X-ray, you could see the one shell flying directly in the head of the gunner on that vehicle. Just when I said that the accuracy of this is not that good. Well, time for me to move a little bit forward. I already ran out of half of the shells. Again, this vehicle does run out of ammo really quickly. That's one of the downsides. Very fast rate of fire, but at the same time that rate of fire will consume a lot of shells, and you don't really carry a lot of shells considering how quickly this vehicle is able to fire. Now what do we have there? We have a heavy tank. Alright, let me do a rat move, and hello, and let's tear that thing to shreds. There we go. Torn to shreds. You can expect the FPS on that player. The FPS on the heavy tank was literally 0 probably, because the this autocannon can drop frames on most devices. Well, it doesn't drop frames on my device, but it drops frames on a lot of other devices, which is pretty funny, to be honest. And there is one more medium tank. I didn't really see where they have been looking. I think they were looking at me, but I'm not really sure. Well, let me... Oh, the ratting continues, I guess. Okay, and... That was good. Well, that was good. That was pretty good. So, that was the Falcon. Obviously one of the better rat vehicles. And well, do tell me what you think about the Falcon. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe. And as always, I'll see you next time.